Thank you.
I'm muted. Oh God, or can you guys hear me?
Ricky?
I'm sorry, that was me. Okay, thank you.
Pretty Ricky, what they call. Come on, Pretty Ricky.
All right, so my first question to you, Hosea, is this. Obviously, this is gonna be a mouthful. This is your second season as Malik. How does your approach?
No, second season. Second season.
Third second. Yeah, see, even worse.
Second
There we go.
season.
Maybe it's a little easier as a sentence, right? Second season as Malik. How does the approach change, if at all, in year two?
The approach changed for me because in season one, I unlocked the Pandora's box of a synergy between Hosea and Malik. Last season, I realized that I was suffering from some mental health challenges through the lens of Malik. And so this season, after I got that realization, this season, I really started to compare my life in a more specific way than I ever had. Actually trying to draw comparisons, which is something I've never done as an actor, trying to find specific things that Hosea, Malik, the synergy between the two of us. So this season, I had a freedom that I hadn't had in the character before because I'd approached my work for the season differently than I ever had. So yeah, for me, it was like a Pandora's box for the whole season too. Yeah.
I love that. Wendy, one of the things I love about the show is obviously Tasha's tenacity. One of the, when you start the season, she has to attempt to save her agency. What's it like kind of preparing for Tasha to kind of go into battle this season with everybody?
Wow, thank you for that. It was a surrendering and just trusting the process, trusting my directors, and more importantly, trusting the writing and the story and allowing myself to, I always use the magic if when I approach work. And it's like, what would I do if I were actually in this position? And it was really hard to fathom the amounts of money that were at stake and the possibility to lose it. And I mean, I live a very blessed life, but at the same time, it's like, woo, we're talking about a whole nother level of money and what was at stake. So I just, I had to really just put myself in those shoes and to walk and trust that everything that Tasha had worked so hard for, from being, that little girl from Richmond that once had a dream and now it's just dissolving and crumbling. And I really reverted back to that little girl from Richmond and just having, wow, there is no Santa Claus. All of this does not exist. And allowing myself to just be vulnerable. And Wendy being vulnerable. And then I think that really helped me in allowing Tasha to be vulnerable because we've never seen her like this before. So yeah, thank you for asking that.
I love just, I don't know. I just love what you bring to this character a whole lot.
Thank you.
Speaking of new roles here, Hosea, I do know that you directed an episode of the season. What was that like?
Honestly, it was the biggest blessing of my professional career. And it was probably the most challenging thing I've ever done too. So yeah, listen, when it comes to that opportunity as a director, I get a little choked up about it, honestly, because it's such a full circle moment for me because, Wendy and I have been here since the beginning. Wendy was the first person cast. I think I was the second person cast. And seeing the evolution of the show from the very beginning and then getting to the opportunity to helm the show and this wonderful actress, Wendy Raquel Robinson. And yes, she's my friend. And yes, we're family. And yes, we're co-workers. But to be able to direct an actress like herself, my first time directing television, is a real blessing. So I had to step outside of knowing her and really focus on the fact that I got an opportunity to direct, someone I looked up to long before I even knew her. So it was the biggest blessing of my professional career, to be honest with you.
And he was amazing. And when I say I've worked with a lot of directors, but he came prepared. He asked questions of me that even gave me insight to, oh, well, I never thought about it like that. So he put things in a different perspective. And maybe because you've been on the other side, alongside me as an actor, but to see you in that helm, he was amazing. It was amazing. It was a wonderful treat.
Oh,
It was a great treat. It was a delight. A delight, darling. A
Oh.
delight.